Welcome back to Uncovering Real Estate, brought to you by the Brampton Real Estate Board. I'm your host, Sarabjit Rana. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it very much. And I have in the studio with me, so pleased to have you in here, Her Worship Mayor Linda Jeffrey from the City of Brampton. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for coming in.
I'm
really
very
appreciate
happy
it.
to be here.
Good. Really glad to have you in here. So we're talking about, in our theme, what we're here to do is to give our viewers some information on the inside of real estate and living in the City of Brampton and what we can do to make not only that transaction easier, but the whole process around it easier. Mm-hmm. So tell me what Brampton's doing to make it more attractive for commercial and residential buyers.
I kind of need to separate my answer into two answers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think the City of Brampton, before I arrived, was really working very hard on making the city more attractive to residential buyers. Yep. And I think they've done a good job. We've been very successful in that department. But I think the reason I got elected a year ago was to start focusing on the commercial industrial side. Sure. Because if you only head in one direction, you really only end up with one outcome. And the challenge is, as an elected official, that lots of people don't like their property taxes as where they are right now. They always want them lower. Sure. The only way you can lower them is to have more commercial industrial development in your community. So that's where I have tried to shift the focus gently to a different direction to talk about the commercial industrial opportunities in the City of Brampton. And something I actually talked about in my State of the Union, which was at the Board of Trade about a week and a half ago, was the fact that most people are unaware of the economic development opportunities around the airport. Yeah. And the fact is that 5,000 people in Brampton residents, actually travel to the airport to work there every single day. It is a huge hub, and when the economy was going down and people were losing their jobs, actually the airport, in fact, was gaining jobs. I think 22,000 was the number I heard. So it's an area that we need to focus on and commercialize and bring transit to and start focusing from a development perspective. But we also need to look at other hubs and areas around the city that help anybody who wants to invest in our city or anybody who wants to invest more in our city because we want to retain the businesses we have. Absolutely,
and perhaps in the aspect of what you just said, take a little bit of the burden off the residential side by adding the other side.
But we haven't been focusing on that. I think, you know, up until now, and I've said this a few times publicly, the tail's been wagging the dog. The residential developer has had a lot of access to Brampton City Council. They did when I was there. Before I left in 2003, and it needs to change. We need to change the focus. We need places where people can work. You don't want them leaving the city to work, and in fact, you don't want them going to school away from the city to go to school. Yeah. You want all those services close to home. We're a city of 600,000. We're going to 900,000. We need the work to happen in our community, and that begins with commercial and industrial opportunities, and there are some great opportunities in the city.
And I'm so glad you brought up that point, because that leads me into my next question about the university. We don't want them going far away. We want them staying right here. We want our kids to stay right here. We have 3. And so certainly I would like to know that they're not going far so that we can check up on them all the time, for lack of a better thing. So updates on the university, how's that going?
Well, I think when I got elected, it was one of my campaign promises to work on this. The city in the past actually didn't put an application into the province. Okay. And a miracle happened, and the province reopened the opportunity to bid on a university. So I set up a blue ribbon panel, a group of people from all walks of life and spectrums and ages and demographics across the city, and asked them to help me work on bringing a strong plan together. So they've been meeting for months. They've got it down to about 4 partners. They'll be coming to council with a recommendation, but we're also waiting for the province to open up the application process. We don't know exactly what it will look like, but essentially we as a city are at a size where we need a university. Sure. We have Algoma University that offers some opportunities there, but it's very, very small, narrow focus. And we have Sheridan College, a wonderful institution. I'm a proud mother of a Sheridan graduate. Yes. But it's not the university that I think that we are ready for. Yes. And I think also it's an affordability issue. I mean, for you as a parent, you want them nearby so you can keep your eyes on them. I get that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's an affordability issue. And we have a lot of young people leaving, going to various institutions across the GTHA. And it becomes a huge burden for that commute. So if we can make it easier, we can make it closer to home. It also attracts investment. Sure. Commercial, industrial investment wants to relocate, and then if you can get a university that has some ability to provide some cooperative opportunities to get your graduates out the door, That to me is a win-win-win.
I think that is a big win-win.
So the answer is we're getting close on the university.
Okay, so that's good to know. So basically, I think that it would be fair to say that that would impact our local economy very favorably.
It would, and one of the requirements for putting an application is you have to provide an economic development study. So we've done some initial evaluation of the rate of return that you get for putting $1 in and how many you get back. It's huge, and the ripple effect from a research perspective, that's huge, and that's where I want us to go. I've been talking about that innovation opportunity for us as a city, and taking that advanced manufacturing knowledge and base that we had in the automotive sector and translating it into a life and health sciences, because we have a lot of investment already in the city. Most people just haven't connected the dots. Brampton Civic Hospital, $1 billion of healthcare invested in our city. Peel Memorial opening next year. Erin Oak Kids under construction right now. Those 3 huge facilities, you can't find anywhere else in Ontario that's had that kind of healthcare investment in one small radius. That's a huge benefit for us.
I think I mean, I know you hit the nail on the head when you just brought those up, because it just lights off those signals in your head. Yeah, wow, those are 3 massive facilities within one city. That says a lot about us.
And we're attracting professionals. Like, one of the things I learned last year was some of the physicians were talking, I think we were at a fundraiser or something, and they were talking about how 3 or 2 physicians had come from the University Health Network in Toronto and were coming to work at Brampton Civic. Not because we went out and said, would you come to Brampton? They came because they want to. We're doing cutting-edge surgery. We're doing cutting-edge research. Why? Because we have a very diverse population. Young, diverse, well-educated. All of those things make for a very attractive lifestyle and a place that you want to be, because you can see the opportunity.
Absolutely. I think that that speaks volumes when they've come looking for us as opposed to the other way.
It's kind of nice.
It's very
I like that.
nice. Yeah, I'm sure you do. So we're going to chat some more after a quick break. We're going to be right back. It's nice to know that they came to look for